Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? We're going to be talking about the SteamPunk variant Rush. I realized that I did not talk about when it came out, so I kind of compiled some information and I wanted to kind of talk about it, break it down, answer some of the common questions that people tend to have about this event. It's very similar to the Winter Wonderland that we had a couple months back during December. This one is should be more accessible for more people, but we will talk about it as we go. So, what is the variant rush? This is where during the event, if you would open a variant or title, now you have a chance of getting this unique SteamPunk variant or title. So, the cool thing about this is that it's not really going to mess with your progression. It doesn't mess with progression. It just gives you unique rewards. Now, some people like this, some people don't like this, but this is the only way you can get these variants or titles. You can't get these variants any other way. So if you didn't play during this event or during the Winter Wonderland, or if you just didn't want the variants, well, you can't get them anywhere else. They haven't um, made them available in any other way. So you do have to be careful that you might miss these if you really want one of these events. There is a chance they might maybe do another Winter Wonderland, but from what they have talked about, what it seems like they want to have these one and done variants that aren't accessible anywhere else, and this seems to be part of that philosophy. So when does it start? It's going to start on March 21st, 3 a.m. GMT. That's what they've posted, and it lasts for 14 days. So it's going to end April 4th, 3 a.m. GMT. So it's a 2-week event that you can collect these variants, and then it'll go on. So there are some requirements. You have to be at least 1,000 collection level to start getting these unique variants and titles. So the reasoning behind that is before collection 1,000, your collection boxes are called caches. They're not called reserves. And the caches have different numbers in what they give you. Like you can't get titles from them, and I believe you can't get variants. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe you also can't get I guess you can get variants, but you can't get titles for them. So you have to be in reserves. I really should have researched this one. Regardless, the point stands. This is true. You can't get these unique variants until after collection level 1,000. That's when your collection boxes become reserves and they have titles in them and things like that. So if you're under collection level 1,000, you want these prizes or whatever, you have to make sure you progress up to 1,000. So that is the main requirement to get these rewards. Now, what are these rewards? What are you actually getting in this event? So this 2 event, you can get 5 different variants, and we'll go through them. First one is SteamPunk Bishop. If you like Bishop, it's a very played card. This one fits right in. You have SteamPunk Cerebro. I think this is the one I like the most personally, but it's personal preference really. We have SteamPunk Falcon. He's probably gonna fall. We've got SteamPunk Shocker. This one does look pretty cool. I'm down for this one. And then we have SteamPunk Yellow Jacket. Yeah, in his gold coloring. So those are the 5 variants you can get. Following, we do have the titles. So the titles, honestly, I care nothing for titles, so these don't matter to me at all. But maybe there's some people that like titles. Whatever. So those are the variants. Those are the titles. How long will it take you to get all the 5 variants? So they did say that they double the draw chance from 5% to 10% for this event. So basically, I'm taking that to mean every box, there's going to be a 10% chance to get a SteamPunk variant. So the way boxes are structured, um, one out of every 4 boxes will give you a cosmetic. And in that box, there's a 40% chance to get a variant cosmetic. There's a 30% chance to get an avatar. There's a 30% chance to get a title. So, assuming that 40%, right, it's going to be 10% out of 10 boxes. You're going to be hitting that um, variant threshold. So, overall, the what you should take away is you should be getting a new variant every 10 boxes. And since there's 5 new variants, you basically have to open 50 boxes during the event. And since you're getting a reserve every 12 collection levels, you should it should just take you 600 collection levels to get all the new variants. And the way that it works, the titles are in its own breakpoint, right? Where it's 40% to get variants, it's 30% to get titles. So by the time you get all the 5 variants, you should also have all the 3 titles. So that one it's less than 600, but I didn't do the math for that one because I don't care for titles personally. So I also wanted to answer some of the common questions that you can have about this event. Right, first thing, you can save unopened reserve boxes. This is a question that I hear a lot where people are asking, can you save boxes? You can. So currently boxes are not determined when you get them. They're only determined when you open them. So because of that, once the patch rolls around, if you're holding like 10 boxes, you could just open all of them and then get the new variants, the new titles that way. Same thing with series drops, right? You can just hold boxes in before the series drop and then wait for the series drop and then just get your new series 3 cards that way. So that's usually something you can do currently. They did say they want to change it, but personally I like this better than if it was done the other way around, but whatever. So far that's how it works. Next up, right, every group of 4, we talked about this earlier, you're going to get a card, a credit, tokens, or cosmetics. So the SteamPunk Rush only replaces the cosmetic parts, so the others are unaffected. So you're not losing cards, you're not losing credits or gold, you're not losing tokens with this event. So that's something that people are going to ask, oh, am I losing some progression? No, you're not losing anything. The only change is that your cosmetics boxes will be a little bit different. You're going to have an increased chance of getting these new SteamPunk variants. So these variants will only replace the ones you already would get. They do not make you get less cards or tokens or gold. So you're not losing anything from having this event being active when you're opening your boxes. So that's something you want to keep in mind. Now, here's another thing. If the series drop patch is not the same day as the variant rush patch, it really should, but I can't be like 100% sure that they're going to be on the same day. They should be on the same day. It makes logical sense, but I'm just going to throw this in. If the series drop patch is not on that same day, you definitely want to be waiting for the series drop patch to start opening your reserves. So let's say on the 21st, the variant rush starts, and then on the 22nd is when the patch hits. Don't open your boxes on the 21st. Open it on the 22nd. So definitely just make sure that the patch is on the same day as the variant rushes so that you're not going to get baited and maybe open up a series 4 that you don't want to open or something like that. So that's something I just want to mention. Now, should you actually save your credits for this event? Personally, I would say if you want the event rewards, you should save the credits. That one's obvious. But also, due to the nature of series drops, you probably should save anyway. So series drops will turn some series 4 cards into series 3 cards. It'll turn some series 5 cards into series 4 cards. Now, if you ignore this event, you just open up, use all your credits right now. If you opened up a Tuma or something like that, well then that potential Series 4 card would have been a Series 3 card. So the Atuma, if you waited till the patch, could have maybe been what's being dropped down, like a Dazzler, which isn't really that much better. But like in a theoretical sense, that's a lot better to get something that used to be Series 5 than to get something that's going to be Series 3. So because of that, you probably should just save up your reserve boxes anyways. But if you like really, really didn't want any of these cards, you could wait the 2 weeks and not open up a box, and then after the 2 weeks, then open up all your boxes. But like, that's that takes a very patient person because you've already been saving basically for about like 2 weeks already. That you're basically saving for a whole month without opening anything. I don't think a lot of players are going to be of that mindset. So overall, this is the variant rush of event. I try to answer a lot of the common questions. If you like it, it's good. If you don't like it, it doesn't really bother you. It's not like a downside to have this in the game. So that's all I have to say about it. Hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one.
Educated calling snap. Once you watch him, you won't go back. He'll teach you tomorrow, snap. Your skills will be